Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Rainy with BRUNO, and today I'm going to be doing book reviews for you guys. Basically like a whole big book review of all the books I've read so far this year. I set a goal for 2025 to read 52 books. As of a few days ago, I finished my 20th book of the year. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Oh, actually I lied. I read 21 books. So at this point, I'm about 6 books ahead of my goal. But I'm just going to tell you guys what I read and like let y'all know how I feel about it. Like, I enjoy reading so much. Like, y'all, when you get into a good book, it's just like nothing else. I heard a lot of people my age be like, oh, I used to read when I was little. Like, I want you to get back into it. I want people to understand, like, anything that you're into, there are books about that. I'm into fiction and I like to read books about Black characters written by Black authors. Point blank, period. When I go to the library, I make a beeline for the African American authors section each and every time. Boom. I'm opening up my Goodreads app. Y'all see? This is basically where I track my books. I love the Goodreads app. You can find books that you want to read. It suggests you books. You can keep track of what you're reading, what page you're on. You can do book reviews. You can read book reviews, things like that. So the first book I finished this year was Master of Me, The Secret to Controlling Your Narrative by KEKE Palmer. I really love this book. I bought this book, actually. I bought it with my own money, ordered it off Amazon as soon as I could buy it. I think a couple of days after it got released or whatever is when I bought it. Really love the book. Like, I just love how KEKE Palmer's mind works. I feel like we just be here. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a really good, like, pick me up, feel good, you know, getting to know yourself type of book. I really enjoyed it, and I'm so glad that I bought it. I don't regret buying it. The second book I finished this year was Should Have Known Better by Grace Octavia. So basically, this lady is married with 2 kids. She got this husband or whatever. Her friend coming to town, staying at her house, and I don't think I need to tell y'all the rest. This was a good book. I would have wore that friend out though if I was her. Third book I read, The Mother of Black Hollywood, a memoir by JENIFER Lewis. I found this book in my closet, and I didn't buy this book, so I have no idea, and I still have no idea where this book came from. But this book was so good. I love the way, like, JENIFER Lewis told her story. I love her style of storytelling, because I'm the same type of person where I'm telling one story and I'll go into like 5 different stories. But she was able to do that and like bring it back around to whatever it was she was talking about initially, if that makes sense. So I really enjoyed this book. She spoke on her struggles with bipolar disorder and things like that. So I really enjoyed this book because I also can relate to her in a sense of like feeling very, you know, being like a very confident person and feeling like you are important and you're meant to be somebody, but also having to battle those feelings of like, what am I doing? Who am I? Type of thing. So yeah, I really enjoyed that book as well. Like, that's probably one of my top 3 this year so far. The next book I finished was It's a Thin Line by KIMBERLA, LAWSON, ROBY. This book pissed me off. It had to do with like domestic violence, but it was a pretty good book. I was very satisfied with the ending, I'll tell you that. Number 5 was Intermission by PHYLLIS DIXON. This was a cute read. It was about a girl group from like the 90s or something like that. They were trying to get back together like 20 years later. It kind of was hard to follow because it was so many. It was like 5 girls in the group, and it was like different chapters would be from their perspective. So it kind of was hard to keep up with all the things that were going on, but I still remember the book. It was pretty good. Number 6 was So Much to Unlearn by MAUI, the writer. And I had bought this book years ago when she released it on, like, MAUI. I follow her on Instagram. She's a poet from Philadelphia, I believe. I bought this book years ago and I finally decided to like actually sit down and read it. I think that the timing wasn't right for me. Like, this book really tore my nerves to pieces because it just reminded me of things like I went through in the past. And because I was like, I'm getting through those things, or like, you know, like having a healthy dating life, it's like, I don't want to go back to that and remember the things I was going through. But it was good. It just wasn't the time for me to be reading it. Next up was Life After Death by Sister SOULJAH. Y'all, this is the sequel to The Coldest Winter Ever. And if you've never read The Coldest Winter Ever, this book had a lot of like bad reviews on the Goodreads app. And then I remember seeing just in general, people like, I'm disappointed by the book, yada, yada, yada. But I really enjoyed it. And it really scared the crap out of me. In the book, Winter is like talking from like the afterlife. So she's dead and she's like telling her story. And at first it was hard for me to kind of understand the story. This is a book I'll never forget. It scared me so bad. I have started praying so much more than I was praying before. Next, I finished The Rose That Grew From Concrete by TUPAC. And I've read this before years ago, but I wanted to reread it. And it was all right. You know, my favorite poem from it was The Rose That Grew From Concrete. It's a very beautiful poem. Next up, A Spy in the Struggle by Aya de Leon. Y'all, my girl Aya de Leon, she gonna get it right every time. Every book of her, I've read several books by her, and they are always so good. Like, her books are so good, y'all. I promise. Love, 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 love. The next one is an audiobook that I read, and it's called Technically Speaking by Michael Elliott. And I was listening to it on Audible. It was a free book on Audible. And it was narrated by Coco Jones, Queen Latifah, and this other guy that I looked him up, and he has the same birthday as me. I've seen him in some stuff, but I don't know what his name is. But he got the same birthday as me, so shout out to him. But that was good. This was my first time trying Audible, like audiobooks, because I'm just really big on like the physical book. But I figured that, you know, when I'm driving or whatever else, I can listen to an audio book here and there. But most of my books that I will be reading will be physical books. Like, that's just my personal preference. Up next is Sex, Lies, and Sensibility by NIKKI Payne. This was a really good book as well. It was so good. The story was so good. Like, I don't even know what to say. Every book I'm like, oh, it was so good. Because I'm not going to read any book I don't like. If I'm reading a book and I don't like it, I will not finish it. But this book was really good. Like, I didn't know how it really was going to turn out. The characters like were developed well. The story was good. Like, the imagery was good. Like, it was a really good book. The next book I read was an audiobook again called Stranded, and it was narrated by Tracy Ellis Ross and Taraji P. Henson. It was so funny and so cute. Loved that. Next was A Piece of Cake by Cupcake Brown. Y'all, this book tricked the hell out of me. The cover is like a piece of cake and like sprinkles. I wanted to read this book because I remember my mother reading it when I was a child. And I was like, oh my God, that book is probably so good. The cover is so bright. And yeah, so come to find out, the book is about, it's a true story about a woman named Cupcake Brown and like her life growing up from being a child, finding her mother dead, being put in foster care, the things she went through in foster care, prostitution, drug use, and just like turning her life around eventually. And that is just a very vague, because I don't want to give the book away, and I also don't want to like, you know, like, y'all are here for a book review, not for me to traumatize y'all. Next was Play to Win by Joyce Slaughter, and basically this book was about a woman that like hit the lottery, and she had to go find like her ex-husband to tell him, well, they still were married, but they had broke up like years ago. And I liked the book, but the only thing is I wanted to read a book about somebody hitting the lottery and like what that would be like, you know, like with their family, how the family acting crazy, friends acting crazy, people trying to sue you, stuff like that. I wanted to read a book about that, but this is not what this book was about. Like, she was giving her family some money here and there, stuff like that. It wasn't really family issues. It basically was about her and her husband, whether they were going to get back together or not. Now, these next four books, y'all, I literally read them back, probably within like 2 weeks time. I finished all four of these books because they were that damn good. Okay, so A Killer Sunday by Abby Collette. I love Abby Collette's books. I've read a few books in this series. Basically, it's about a girl that has an ice cream shop. At this point, I can't remember her name. I done read so many books, I can't remember every character's name. Okay, but basically she has an ice cream shop, and like murders are happening in the town and she ends up solving them, things like that. But the book was really good. Like these books, Abby Colette's books are so good. I just read the heck out of them so fast because they're so good. I don't even know how to contain myself, y'all, when I'm talking about a good book, because I just love to read real bad. Up next is 2 Part Sugar, 1 Part Murder by Valerie Burns. This book, I even remember the beginning because it just was so good. Like, to me, what makes a book like a great book, font matters to me. But usually I like all the fonts in the book. But the way the paragraphs are formatted, the way the dang on chapters are formatted. I don't like chapters that are too long. I don't like, I can do a short chapter. I really don't care how short it is. But I don't like chapters that are too long. I don't like any story that's like overly detailed. Which I've read a book like that and I had to stop reading because it just was ridiculous. It just overly detailed. I don't like that. It was just enough description. It wasn't overkill. There's like some humor. There's relationships being built. There's like, you wonder about this character, this character. It's a murder mystery. It's just like a good story. The plot is really good as well. Basically, this woman, her great aunt dies, leaves her a bakery, leaves her a house, and it's like, I left you some money too, but you can't have the money unless you live here for a year and run my bakery, yada, yada, yada. Then after that, you can do what you want. So really good story. A Game of Combs by Abby Colette. Basically, these Valerie Burns and Abby Colette books, I was like reading like one after the other because they're so good. So I'm like, let me just switch them up instead of just reading, you know, in order. So A Game of Combs, that was really good as well. And they say don't judge a book by its cover, but y'all, I love a colorful book cover. The next book I finished was Murder is a Piece of Cake by Valerie Burns. Again, like I said, part of a series. Love those books down to the ground. Took me no time to read them. All right, now we're getting up to the last 3. So 19, 20, and 21. Fly Girl by Omar Tyree. I really wanted to read this book for a long time. I had this book on hold at the library. I don't know if y'all know that. That's why y'all need to go to the library, get y'all library card, because if your library doesn't have the book, you can find it like in the state or something. They will put it on hold and like bring the book to your home library so you can pick it up. So it wasn't what I expected, but this was a really good book. So after I finished that, I read the sequel, which is called For the Love of Money by Omar Tyree. And it wasn't as good as the first one, but I will say that reading this book, For the Love of Money, really had me thinking. It still has me thinking about like what I want to do like in my life. Like, what do I want to go for that's like crazy? Like, what is truly my craziest, wildest dream? Like, what is it that I want to do? What is it that I want to pursue? Most recent book I finished, and I actually purchased this book, y'all. It was $27. And it just came out, I think maybe a few weeks ago. So I bought it for myself because the first one was so good. But it's called Glory Days, a Glory Broussard mystery. And this is a murder mystery as well by Danielle Arsenault. And y'all, the first book was called Glory Be. I read that last year. And it was so good. Like, I don't know. I think like murder mysteries are my thing. But I like them to a certain extent. Like, I don't like anything like super scary. So these murder mysteries that I've been reading, they're like something that if they were a movie, they could be on the Family Channel. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, I don't want to read anything like too crazy, but Glory Days was really, really good as well. I said I read the first one. It's called Glory Be. I recommend y'all read that. It was such a good book. Like I bought a $27 book because it was so good. These are the books I read this year. Like I said, I plan on reading 52 of them. I'm like 6 books ahead. I plan on getting further ahead, and I probably will read over 52 books. But yeah, I just wanted to come and share with y'all like some books that I read and that I really enjoyed. I hope you guys share some with me as well. And I wanted to share with y'all because I just want to encourage y'all too to like just pick up a book and read. Like, it's lit. Like, a book has everything you need. I promise you. I'm going to try to do these more often, like every month. Like, oh, this is what I read this month type of thing. So yeah, leave some suggestions in the comments. Black authors. Let me know what y'all are reading. And let me know if you're going to check out any of these books. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.